You be thinking, you be using that brain of yours up here. Um, while we're on the topic of women, Bailey said Bailey said in a recent interview that WWE needs a women's mid card championship. And later in the week, Dana Brooke kind of commented on possibly or wanting to convert the 24/7 championship to an intercontinental title slash a mid card title for the women. So, my question to you, does WWE need a women's mid card title? And if so, who should be the first women's intercontinental champion be?
It's actually kind of hard. It's just because I still don't think they're doing that great of a job with like building up some of the female talents that I could like
Mm-hmm.
name something right off rip, because if they never gave Liv Morgan the title already, I would strongly have suggested her to have gotten the title first, because out of everyone she had like the wrestling on lock, she had the look on lock, she just wasn't the best person promo wise, or at least
Mm-hmm.
character wise. But that's why I love mid cards and I love the mid card belts, because it's for people who I feel like, all right, you got something about you, but you're not quite yet up here, you know. But if
Mm-hmm.
we give you this belt, we can see how you work with it, you know, with
Mm-hmm.
a smaller division with people that are kind of somewhat on your caliber, and maybe like with time, you know, you could be treated like a Mandy Rose,
Yeah.
where you know she took the NXT championship and no one believed in her, but she literally like evolved over the course of 300 and something freaking days. I think it's been over a year if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You
It's been
know,
over a year.
so if I had to think of a name, I mean, right off the top of my head, real quick, I haven't been doing a really good job with many people. Uh, um, no, I think I'm drawing a blank. I don't think I have anyone right in mind immediately that I would want to. Like, I feel like if they gave it more time and actual good storylines, I could see someone. Dana Brooke, as much as I call her a waste of space, she does try. I wouldn't see her with the mid card belt immediately, but I could see her definitely fighting that circle. Carmella probably be fine. Zelina probably could be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think as far as the first champion is concerned, I think they should give it to Bailey.
Yeah,
I think that Bailey is,
Bailey.
yeah, here, and I'll give you my explanation why, right? One of the biggest problems of the Intercontinental Championship and the US Championship, I'm talking about for the guys, was that there was a very, very big point in time where it didn't feel prestigious. And then when the world title or the world champion was away, then they tried to make it feel important to fill the kind of the gap or the vacancy of there not being a present, consistent world champion around. Um, and so because of that, what ended up happening was like they were rushing and they were scrambling and they were like, oh, this is important. But we as the audience didn't believe it, because it's like you spent all this time not treating this title as if, you know, as if it weren't important. And I feel like one of the best ways to establish importance or prestige in a championship is by putting it on a prestigious person or someone who is a pillar or a cornerstone of that division. Um, and I feel like, hold on, my bad. I'm just like, I'm drawing a blank here. Um, I feel like if you put the belt on Bailey, you can't go wrong. Number one, she is one of the four horsewomen, right? For starters. Number two, she is well known for having one of the greatest women's wrestling matches of all time with her and Sasha Banks at NXT Takeover. Number two. Number three, ever since she's been coming back, she's been working with and trying to put over new talent, which means that if you put the belt on her and give her a good run, whoever takes the belt off of her is going to be over and is going to be more prestigious just for taking the belt off of her. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you put a belt on Bailey, give her like a 6 to 7 month run, now she can say, yo, I'm the first ever, not only am I the first horsewoman to ever lead a faction, I'm the first horsewoman to hold this women's intercontinental championship, right? And now whoever comes and takes that belt off of her is now becomes a star in the process. So I think that Bailey should be the first champion, but I feel like a women's intercontinental title is very much needed because there is definitely a gap. And with that championship, you can kind of answer a lot of questions about a superstar without necessarily having them have the main belt. For example, if Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction were to pop up on Raw or pop up on SmackDown, and it's like, well, we know that she can carry a title, but how is she going to do on the main roster? Instead of just giving her the Raw, the SmackDown Women's Championship, it's like we could put this Intercontinental belt on her. Let's see what she does with that. And then from there, we can see if she can be essentially the face of the women's division moving forward. Now, Mandy, in my opinion, is face of the division ready. But if you are, a higher up in WWE and you just wanted to kind of see what her match quality looks like, um, what her promos are going to look like as that champion, you could put the belt on her and see what she does with it. And so I think that it's needed, and I think that Bayley would be a good first champion. So that's just my standpoint.
I also think, as you were saying that Naomi could also, if Sasha and her were to
Hmm.
return, and let's just say, considering that Damage Control and Alexa and Asuka are doing their program, they just thought, all right, let's just scrap them going for those titles. I think it'd be interesting to put Naomi too, because she
Mhm.
she works well in both. I love how she worked when she was working with the Divas Championship. No, she didn't actually get it, but like with those type of women, I feel like she was able to show off and show out. But I also do feel like she knows how to, be a face of a company she wants to be. But I feel like, considering she's been there for so long, and she's as talented as she is, I think she would also, I think Bailey should still be the first person. I agree with that point, but
Mhm.
I would actually like it if Naomi did dethrone her, and then,
Mm.
carry on with a long reign with the belt, and Bailey could go back, still being part of Damage Control. I would never disband them, but
Yeah, same.
let them still continue as a pack, still going for the what fucking program now? They're on the Raw. They're on Raw, right? Going for
Yes.
the Raw Women's Championship and for the tag team titles yet again. I had a brain fart. I was
You
like,
literally
wait,
just
hold
like,
on. She's not on SmackDown anymore. But
right.
yeah. Oh, like, wait, what?
You're like,
It's too
"What?"
early, y'all.
I
But
was
no,
gonna
I would
al
love to see Naomi. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think another reason why the title is needed is because it provides more flexibility. Like, we gotta understand that these wrestlers are athletes as well, and when you are in sports, injuries are prone to happen. So say if you're in Damage Control, like, and Dakota Kai gets injured, right? And like that messes up that dynamic of a tag team. EO is now inactive because it's like, well, the tag team is inactive. But you introduce that belt, it's like, wait a second, Dakota can still be injured. If it's not like a major injury, Dakota can still be injured, and EO can go for the belt. And Dakota can kind of be like her little liaison or little manager, right? But that's an opportunity that would not be present if that belt wouldn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many more examples like that where, like, if there's a tag team and one person goes down, the other person can go for the women's intercontinental or the women's TV title or the women's US title or whatever it is. And so I think that just kind of expands the opportunity in the women's division. So, and now with Asuka and Alexa being back, and you now have a deeper pool of talent to make stuff like that happen. So yeah, that was just what I was that wanted to say
Well,
and get off
since
my
we're on
chest.
that topic, how do you feel about them taking the belts off right before Crown Jewel? Because
Ooh, I think something's
that definitely shook the table.
it definitely did shake the table. Did I want to see them lose? No. However, it made me more interested for Saturday. Because now what's going to happen is it going to go back to Damage Control? Is there going to be some form of interference by some people returning? Like it definitely shakes the table, and it generates interest for me, and it gives a reason for the feud to keep going, because it's like, if Damage Control won, what's the reason for them to keep having matches? They got attacked by them before. They lost the match to them. It's like the feud is over. But now with them getting the belts, it allows the feud to kind of take a new life and a new form. And it expands creative possibilities, so that, say, that Crown Jewel, maybe Naomi and Sasha come back at Crown Jewel and they attack both teams. Now that team is in the mix. So now you have three teams. Like, there's so many ways that you can go about this from here. So did I want to see Damage Control lose? No. But at the same time, I'm very, very interested to see where they go from here. And I think that it was a good move from a creative flexibility standpoint. What about you?
I disagree with it. I mean, good for Asuka. Y'all know how I feel about Alexa. I'm about to drag my Twitter rant over here because we'll be here for the next 30 minutes. But child, I feel like the explanation you just gave me is rather parallel to what you have given me when I was pissed off about Raquel and Aaliyah. Um,
Yeah.
but I feel like I see your point of view, but it boils down to the idea that they just don't have that many credible tag teams going on at the moment,
Right.
so they had to go with these makeshift tag teams that people aren't invested in because it's just like, all right, this person is nothing like this person. It just feels like it's gonna fall off and disband really fast. I mean, we haven't seen Raquel and freaking Aaliyah together since they lost the titles, like gone finito, you know what I mean? And we're gonna get to
Hmm.
Raquel later on here, but um I feel like when they do that, instead of having real legitimate tag teams, you don't care. Like them losing the belt just annoy me. 'Cause I'm like, all right, eventually it's gonna have to go back to them. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't particularly see the return of Sasha and Naomi at Saudi Arabia. Like that would throw me off. But considering the news that happened, I highly doubt these girls want to jump on a plane
That's a fact.
and head over there when they certainly don't have to. Um, if anything, I would prefer if they kept the belts and they experimented in NXT. I mean, they already been having
Mm,
enough people coming down to NXT every single week. Why not have them play down there with a few tag teams and
mm.
make it like it doesn't have to be a week by week thing, but um, I wish they had them go down there. And it actually pisses me off that they have tag team belts over in NXT because I actually liked when they had just one set of belts and they were able to jump from all three brands the way
Yeah.
Sasha and Bailey were doing during the pandemic. I actually love that, but why not? Why not just have them go down there and experiment with those tag teams? Because at least those over there are legitimate. Like
Yeah.
with Casey and
Gigi.
the other one. Sorry.
You're good.
Of course with Toxic Attraction. Like those built like real tag teams. So I actually feel like if I were to watch them, it's like, wait, it could go here or it could go here.
Right.
But seeing Alexa and Asuka, I don't care. Their chemistry is really off.
Mm,
um it feels like it's just to give them both something to play around with, or just because they don't know what to do. Like they have this perfect faction with Damage Control, and I feel almost sorry for them because everyone's saying, well, oh, they're a flop tag team. It's not tag team, they're a flop faction. You guys wanted them so badly and they're not doing anything. Well, they can't do anything if the empire around them, not the empire, sorry, the division around them is not structured enough. Like
mm.
they don't got people prepared to actually go against them.
Right.
Like that's what makes great heels.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't be the best heels that they want to be because there's no ultimate babyface faction besides like Sasha and Naomi, but they're not
Mm-hmm.
here obviously. There's no ultimate babyface faction for them to feud with to get us pissed off and be really invested in them. So it's like, okay, cool, we got this perfect faction. What now? They got
Right.
nothing. And this feels like a nothing ass feud. And I feel bad 'cause I know that they're trying. I know they're trying. I know Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka are genuinely trying, but it's just like that faction don't even look like it makes sense.
Right.
Like that didn't look like it made sense the first time. Bianca out of the way and just Peppy behind Alexa, who can't wrestle she can't wrestle herself out of a fucking plastic bag. And then there's Asuka, who she's amazing. I love her, phenomenal wrestler. She's a legend. It's just their chemistry is so off. It's so off. It's painful to watch. I literally was stressed out watching that match. I felt like she was carrying her side of it.
Right.
It frustrates me. So I want to see just go back to them. I just want to see go back to them, but I want to see them go down to NXT.
Mm.
That's what I want.
I hear that. And I'm not even gonna build on top of that. But speaking on NXT, let's talk about a woman who was one of the most prestigious alumni, Rhea Ripley.